This is especially for all you little ones out there who want Nanny to tell you a story. Do you remember the story I told you about the Griffolo? Well, a while later, the Griffolo and Mummy Griffolo had a baby girl Griffolo who was so cute that they called her Griffy. One day, young Griffy wanted to go exploring, because that's what Griffolos did. She asked her mummy and daddy if she could go. They both said yes, and daddy added, "One word, little Griffy, you can go exploring, but you should never ever set foot in the dark, deep wood." "Why not?" said Griffy. "Why not?" "Because," said daddy, "if you do, the big bad mouse will be after you. You see," he said quite proudly in fact, "I met him once a long time ago." Young Griffy was really interested and wanted to know more. She asked, "What does he look like, Daddy? Tell me. Is he really big and terribly bad?" Exclaimed Daddy Griffolo. "I can't quite remember. Just let me think." So he scratched his head and said, "I do remember him being very bad and extremely strong, with a scaly tail that was terribly long. His eyes, were like paws of fire, and black whiskers that were tougher than wire." Little Griffy found the story so exciting she found it hard to sleep. So that night, when Mummy and Daddy Griffolo were fast asleep, little Griffy was feeling quite bored, so the brave little Griffolo crept out of the Griffolo cave. The snow outside was deep and the cold wind blew wild. So excitedly towards the forest went the Griffolo's child. Griffy wandered around in the snow, looking under stones and digging with her stick. Suddenly she said to herself, "Oh, what's that strange trail in the snow? I wonder how it got here and where it will go." Griffy followed the winding trail till she spied a long slithering tail poking out of a log pile house. "I remember Daddy telling me about the tail of the big bad mouse. Could this be it?" Very slowly out slithered a strange creature with a weaving body and eyes so small. But he didn't have any whiskers, no whiskers at all. "Are you the big bad mouse my daddy told me about?" asked Griffy. "Sss, not I," said the snake. "I think I saw him down by the lake, and definitely eating Griffolo cake." Little Griffy quickly said goodbye to the snake and hurried on her journey to find the big bad mouse. The snow seemed to fall faster and the cold wind blew wild. "I'm still feeling brave," said the Griffolo's child. So she walked until she saw more strange marks in the snow. "Aha! These are claw marks. I wonder where they will go." She followed the claw marks to a big tall tree. As she looked up, she saw 2 beady eyes shining out of a treetop house. "Yeah," she said, "I wonder if I've found the eyes of the big bad mouse." But swooping down was a strange creature with a tail that was short, not a single whisker of any sort. Griffy looked at the owl and said, "I don't think you are the big bad mouse." The owl replied, "To-wit, to-woo, not I, not I. But I saw him not long ago eating Griffolo pie." The Griffolo's child was not feeling quite so brave at meeting this big bad mouse. It seemed he liked eating Griffolos. As she walked on, the snow fell fast and the wind blew wild. "I don't think I am scared," said the Griffolo's child. So she walked on until she came upon footprints in the snow. They weren't as big as her prints, so whose were these prints and where did they go? Dear little Griffy started to get worried. Uh-oh, are Are they whiskers I can see? And is that an underground house? And could this be the home of the big bad mouse? She crept up very slowly to the underground house and saw a whiskery black nose as the creature slyly walked out. His eyes were fiery. His tail wasn't scaly. Huh? His whiskers weren't wiry. "Ha!" said Griffy, "you're not the mouse." "Oh no," said the fox, "not me, not me. And if you're looking for him, he's under that tree, and he's drinking Griffolo tea." Griffy plonked herself down on the log and shrugged her shoulders. "It's all a big trick," said the Griffolo's child, and stamped her feet where the snow lay piled. Sighing, she said, "And I don't believe in the big bad mouse." A big smile appeared on Griffy as a juicy little mouse came out of his house. "Huh?" said Griffy to herself. "He's not big or bad, but it's a mouse at least. You, little mouse, will taste good as a midnight feast." Now, just to let you know, Griffy had no idea that this was the clever little mouse that tricked her daddy all that time ago, and she grabbed hold of the mouse's tail. "Just a minute," said the mouse, "before you eat. A friend of mine is coming that you really must meet. Just let me hop on this twig, and I'll call him over, 'cause he's bad and big." Griffy opened her fist, and the mouse jumped up onto a branch in the tree. Griffy said to the mouse, This big bad mouse, does he really exist?" The mouse hopped higher into the tree, called Griffy over and said, "Just wait and see." Just then out came the moon, big, bright and round, which cast a huge shadow onto the ground. All Griffy saw was a huge shadow of a mouse in the snow, and thought it really was the big bad mouse. She jumped up, staring at the shadow, and thought, "Who is this creature, so big, bad and strong? His wiry whiskers and tail so long. His ears are gigantic, and over his shoulder he's carrying a nut as big as a boulder." "Oh, it is the big bad mouse," cried the Griffolo's child. But the mouse jumped down from the tree and smiled. Griffy the little Griffolo ran as fast as her little legs would go, heading back to her home to the cave in the snow. A squirrel peeped out from a hole in a tree, saw the mouse with the nut and said, "Is he looking for me?" But no, cheeky little mouse saw footprints in the snow. Whose are these footprints, and where do they go? Mouse followed the footprints to the Griffolo's cave, where the Griffolo's child was feeling a lot less brave. Griffy the Griffolo was a bit less bored, and cuddling up as a family, they snored and snored. Mouse sat on a rock in the deep dark wood, tasted his nut, and the nut was good. Join me next time for another story with Nanny. If you like Nanny's stories, please click like, and to make sure you don't miss any future Nanny's stories, press subscribe and don't forget the notification bell. Till next time, be good.